From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, we are getting started with Sharon Harvey, leader at the Small Business Administration. Today, Sharon shares information about the development programs the administration offers. We find some new mentoring software created right here in Indianapolis. And we take a walk down Indiana Avenue to find the beginnings of black business in Indiana.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
We are getting started with Sharon Harvey, leader at the Small Business Administration, in the next installment of a series of conversations about SBA certified contracting. Today, Sharon shares information about the development programs the administration offers.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
We've covered why contracting. We've covered certification. And our third big piece is our 8A, which is a 9-year training and development program. Within this 8A program, you have to have been in business for 3 years. You have to be 51% owned and controlled owner. You have to be involved in the day-to-day operations. This is the pride and joy of the federal government. This is our 9-year program. We have our government set-asides. We want to make sure that we are working with our small businesses so that they can get in, understand their non-A or their regular commercial business, and actually be able to control and maintain their business for their federal government. So it's about how do you maintain working with your regular businesses, your customers that you already have, and then how do you now start working with the big conglomerate of the federal government. So that's what we want to help you to understand in this 9-year process. You come in first 3-4 years, we're helping you to transition. You're working your non-8A clients. And then, of course, we're teaching you how to understand solicitations and awards and, what is the RFP, which is a request for proposal? What is the RFI, request for information? What is the RFQ, request for quote? Understanding where to find these contracts at, because, of course, all of them, as I mentioned on some of the other segments, are not on sam.gov. Some of them are just regular credit card acquisitions that, could be $25,000 or less. Some of them are unsolicited. Some of them are advertised. And understanding where that is. So that's a big process, because one of the big things that people think is, I'm certified, now I'm going to get rich. Now the floodgates are going to open and my BOS at the SBA is going to open up her drawer and she's going to say, here you go, here are the contracts. But that doesn't work. You have to do the work. We talked about your capability statement. You have to send that to procurement officers. You have to make the relationships. We can tell you who they are, where they're at. Sometimes you may have to go outside of the state of Indiana to go where these agencies are, because all federal agencies are not in the state of Indiana. So you may have to go and build a relationship somewhere else. But the relationships and the marketing is key to being successful in the 8A program. The 8A program, so once you're in the program, and as I said, you go year 1 through 4, then you start, building that mix, and you're on your way, and you're now getting some good contracts, you're developing work, and most of them, so years 8 or 9, everyone starts to get sad because their 8A work is over. But the thing about it is that we've prepared you in that 9-year process to be able to maintain a mix, understand how the federal procurement process works, and you have the certifications, and you have the capability and the capacity to continue to build your small business through certifications and through government work. And that is one of the goals of the SBA, as we've helped you to start, and we've actually now starting to help you to grow. So that's one of our missions, is to help you to make sure that you get through all the navigation of federal contracting and what it looks like. But that's our program for our 8A business development program, is to help you to grow your business. And as I said, this is a 9-year, and the big thing is it's one time. So we want to make sure when you go through the trouble to fill out the application that it's the right time for you and your small business, because you get one shot and one shot only. So, welcome. Give us a call. We'll be glad to go through the application process with you, but we want to make sure that as you enter this 9-year journey, that it is the right one for you and it is successful for you. So we want to make sure, continue to reach out to the SBA, because as you continue to grow and you continue to make money and to prosper, all of our services are free as we're helping you through this journey.
Time to talk about running your business day to day. Today's focus is a company that makes software that can match mentors and mentees based on topics and skills, schedule and track meetings, provide insights to help you stay on track with your goals. Allison Martin is the founder of Engage Mentoring, based in Indianapolis.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Running your business day to day.
I started the company because I wanted to construct a mentoring program that was actually community-based. And at the time, we researched platforms that were out there to support such an endeavor and didn't find what we were looking for. So I actually contracted a developer to create a platform that allowed people to match to mentors on the basis of topics they wanted to learn more about, and realized it had amazing implications when you look at it through the workplace. And so what we do at our core is we work with companies of all sizes to really help them develop their people affordably, efficiently, and measurably at scale. And so if you think about how you meet the needs of your employees at all levels, developmentally, this is a powerful way to do it, again, efficiently and affordably. We've been doing this work for a while, and we found that a lot of times the C-level executives who were signing up for our program, they were signing up to be mentors only, expecting that everyone was going to come to them looking to have all the answers. And that's the irony. The higher you go, the more critical mentoring becomes, and the harder it is sometimes to access. And so in the spirit of that, we realized that having a mentoring program specifically for C-level executives to make those connections was really an incredible opportunity, and one that was really needed. And so we're really excited about that program. Mentoring is so important for a multitude of reasons. So first and foremost, when we hear mentoring, we think about the relationship aspect, and certainly that is present. And that's the really exciting implications, and why mentoring can be so impactful for people is that they have that core relationship with someone who cares about their development. But even further, mentoring is actually a powerfully efficient way to teach people. And so learning happens. It's a powerful way to really shortcut learning. And so at scale, a mentoring program can really aid in the development and really meeting people where they are. And so mentoring is not only a way to develop a relationship, but a way to learn really, really quickly. Just to reach out to us, we'd love to understand what you're currently doing to develop employees. There are usually some things that will tell you that you need to invest more in your people, and that's whether or not you're retaining them, or how productive your employees are, or if they have the necessary skills. The top of mind concern that most CEOs have is if they've ever had the experience of promoting someone into a role and finding out they lack the necessary skills. That's a very costly mistake that directly impacts the bottom line. And so we're here to ensure that that doesn't happen, and that employers have a pipeline of available talent, and that we're developing leaders at all levels. Mentoring is a passion of mine. I literally would not be here today if it weren't for incredible mentors who poured into me. And so it's been really a calling. And in each iteration, we've evolved the program, and the feedback that we're getting, we're so proud of the fact that we have an NPS score, which is a Net Promoter Score of 82. So our participants are really benefiting from that. 80, by the way, is considered world class. And so I'm just really passionate about the delivery of the program and also the implications, particularly when you look through the lens lens of diverse talent and wanting to ensure that everyone has access to relationships and that we're creating environments that are conducive to everyone having the opportunity to be successful. We are actually scaling our programming into new cities. So right now I'm working in St. Louis, Boston, and Houston to develop the C-suite exchange programs there. And so that's been really exciting. So we're hiring, we're opening offices, and we're engaging executives in the program. So if I look in the crystal ball, I will tell you that employees today, they're asking different questions. As they're evaluating who they want to go work for, they're asking really great questions about, am I going to feel developed? Am I going to see a path? And what types of benefits are going to help me develop further? And more so than ever before, employers are going to have to rise to that occasion and build environments that ensure that everyone receives access to relationships and that they feel opportunities to develop themselves.
Time to focus on an industry here on Business Equity and Opportunities. Denise Hurd is the president of Hurd Strategies, a company that can help your organization or business connect with underrepresented mainstream audiences.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities. Industry Focus.
Hurd Strategies is a full-service branding, marketing, and public relations firm, and we are a minority and women-owned business headquartered in Indianapolis. And what I really love about the work that we do is that we are often given really complex communication problems that people need to have solved. And we have been able to really develop common sense solutions to effectively solve those complex problems. So that's really what I really love about the work that we do and the kind of niche that we've been able to place ourselves within. There's so many things that you have to think about when you're getting started or even as you begin to scale. One thing that is really critical is your marketing. You know, how will people find you? Who are your customers? Because when you think about it, when you're first starting out, you're prone to say, well, everyone's my customer. Well, you don't have the capacity to work with everybody and service everyone effectively. And so it's really making sure you sit down and you really assess who is my customer and who can I effectively provide quality service for. You know, the other thing where a firm like ours comes into play is helping you not only with your marketing, but deciding what sort of pricing do you need to have. Based upon how you market, that's going to grow your business. And so growing your business, you need to make money because we go into business to make money. Otherwise, it's a hobby. So we need to understand how to market ourselves so we know where our price points need to be in order to be successful on the financial side. So it's just so important to be aware. Also, being aware of your marketing helps you keep the finger on the pulse of how you are being perceived in the public and how your product and service is being received, and also keeps you in tune with your competitors as well. For minority-owned businesses, there are a lot of obstacles that we face, you know, access to capital, finding mentors that look like you, that can help you. That was one of the reasons why I've created my company. When I decided that I wanted to start this communications company, I couldn't find anyone that looked like me to mentor me. And that was very, very frustrating for me. So I knew then early on with Hurd Strategies that I wanted to make sure that as we evolved, we were able to help other business owners that were in the same sector as well, but just business owners across the board. So I think, like I said, access to capital, mentorships, I think also finding business. You know, it takes a while sometimes for us to be trusted, for people to feel as though we have the skill set or even the capacity to do the work that's, you know, out there. You know, people do business with people that they know. And a lot of times we're not at the table or in certain circles for individuals to get to know us. But that's when we have to take the initiative to shift that tide and make sure that, you know, while you may not know me, you know of me, you know, and which is very, very important. So I think those are many factors that impact us as Black business owners as we try and grow and evolve our businesses. You know, will it ever be enough? Are we doing better? I don't think we can say either way, because we've only been at this from a concentrated effort in a more outward state for several years. But the damage that has occurred extends longer than that. So I don't know if I can truthfully say, as a business owner, that things are better for me or things are worse for me. Yes, we're still getting business. Yes, but am I just getting it because I'm a minority? Or are you bringing me to the table because you know in your heart, I have the skill set to do this work? There's still a lot of tokenism that exists also. And so until we were able to discern the intentionality of the organization when they come with me leading with supplier diversity, I don't think we'll ever be able to answer that question right now, because that was your lead-in. Not saying I called you because you were qualified. I called you because of the work you did on that project or this project. I'm calling you because we have numbers and we're committed. Well, you should be. You shouldn't have to tell me you're committed to supplier diversity. That should be a given. So until you can stop leading with that, I think it'll be hard for us to determine success rates where that is concerned.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunities show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.